What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm here today to give you guys a review of the J Balvin Air Jordan 3 Retro SP in this Medellin Sunset colorway. So this is the latest collaboration between J Balvin and Jordan Brand, following up on his highly successful Jordan 1 along with the Jordan 2 that released last year. So these Jordan 3s released on September 23rd for a price of $250 US or a very expensive $330 here in Canada. The official colorway for this shoe is just multicolor, and the colorway behind this shoe, it's inspired by the beautiful sunsets of Medellin, Colombia, which is where J Balvin calls home. So the shoe's released alongside a bunch of apparel as well, and I gotta say this entire capsule or collection, it was very dope. But unfortunately, this was a very limited sneaker release, and I think a lot of people really like the colorway of this shoe, which is why it's reselling for so much on the secondary market right now. First things first though, here's a quick look at the packaging. So this comes in a special box and sleeve just for this release. So this obviously is inspired by a sunset, and we have J Balvin's happy face logo on the top right. And then if you take off this sleeve, underneath we have the beautiful colors of the sunset, and there's this message here on the bottom, which I read somewhere the English translation apparently isn't accurate. I think some of the words just were lost in translation. So if that's true, let me know in the comment section down below what the English translation was actually supposed to correctly be. And then you'll see the bottom of the lid has that signature elephant print, and then inside the box, the paper here also has that same message that we saw on the top lid, but it's repeatedly printed throughout this paper, which has this gradient sunset look to it. So as for the shoe itself, this is your classic Air Jordan 3 silhouette. And you'll see that the majority of the upper of the sneaker, this is constructed out of a tumbled cream colored leather. This leather feels pretty soft to the touch and has this very tumbled finish to it. And you'll see that the edges of the leather, it's painted in this orangey yellowish tone, giving it more of a vintage vibe. Surrounding the front toe cap, we have a cream-based elephant print layer, and then moving downwards, the bottom two eyelets are constructed out of a yellow-colored circular TPU. This middle portion above this is crafted using a very rough-feeling suede, and then the middle three eyelets, this is crafted using an off-white colored TPU. And then the very top two eyelets, this is again constructed out of a yellowish colored TPU, just like the bottom two eyelets. Beneath this, we have more of that very tumbled cream-colored leather, and the same leather covers the bottom mudguard of the sneaker as well. Surrounding the ankle collar area, we have more of that beige colored suede, which also feels a little bit rough to the touch. And then beneath this on the heel, we have more of that cream colored elephant print, which wraps around the bottom of the heel. And then above this, we have that signature heel tab of the Jordan 3, and this is done in this gradient style, inspired by a sunset, and we have that classic Nike Air branding on the left foot, and J Balvin's happy face logo found on the right foot. Hanging off the shoe, it also comes with a J Balvin hang tag as well. And then moving on to the laces, so these come with one lace option, at least my pair did, and it's just your normal flat style lace in this cream or off-white color. Underneath this, the tongue is constructed out of a very tumbled, very soft and distressed feeling leather, and this entire panel here is perforated. And then on the top of the tongue, we have more of that same tumbled leather, and we have a gold colored Jumpman embroidered in the center. And then as far as the insoles go, so these come with a polyurethane foam insole, and it features a sunset inspired graphic on the top, along with Jordan Brand and J Balvin co-branding visible on the heel. So the upper of the Air Jordan 3 sits atop this full-length polyurethane foam midsole, which is painted in this cream color. On the top portion of the heel, once again we have that gradient style finish to it, which to me is definitely the most eye-catching part about the sneaker, along with the heel tab. And then underneath the heel, we have this window exposing the air unit that's found within the midsole for cushioning. Finally, turning this pair over to the bottom, so the outsole is constructed out of a semi-translucent icy rubber outsole. So this looks really clean when it's brand new, but I would suspect that over time it's probably going to turn really yellow. Regardless though, it still has the same traditional Air Jordan 3 traction pattern, so we have that circular pivot point on the forefoot and Nike branding on the middle of the heel. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And in terms of sizing, to me these fit like any other recent Air Jordan 3, so I personally went true to size and they fit me perfectly. My foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. That's the size I got these in, and to me it fit me really comfortably and it fit me perfectly. So whatever size you normally wear for Jordan 3s, I'd go with that exact same size, and if you've never worn a Jordan 3 before, for the most part I feel like sticking with your actual measured foot size should be the right call. Moving on to the comfort, so these feel like any other Air Jordan 3. In my opinion, I've always enjoyed how Jordan 3s feel on foot. Even though it's a sneaker from the late 80s with pretty outdated technology, there's just something about this model, Maybe it's just compatible with my feet, but I feel like it gives me some level of cushioning underfoot while still feeling very stable and supported. So if you're someone that traditionally likes how Jordan 3s feel, then you'll like these just the same, but if you're someone that finds them to be uncomfortable, then again, these will be no different for you. Finally, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship on this pair, so first off, material quality I thought was really solid. Like I mentioned, this is a very nicely tumbled leather, and it definitely feels like it's a step above a standard general release in terms of materials. And while I wasn't crazy about this rough feeling suede, on the whole this shoe definitely felt more premium than normal. And in terms of the build and the craftsmanship, same thing, I really had no issues at all with this pair. One thing I especially want to point out was the paint job on the midsole with this gradient effect. I thought they did a really solid job on this, and my pair was pretty free of any loose stitching, no glue stains, nothing like that. So this really felt like more of an elevated version of a traditional Air Jordan 3, which it should be considering the higher price point. So with all that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet, I'll lace them up for you and I'll show you guys how these look. To me, this is a beautiful colorway of the Air Jordan 3. Even though I don't listen to J Balvin's music, from strictly a design standpoint, I'm really feeling the look of this sneaker. It gives you that good balance of being pretty versatile and wearable, while still giving you a small amount of pop with this gradient feature on the heel and the midsole. The only thing though I wasn't totally in love with was this icy outsole. I've said this before in past reviews, but I have a serious love-hate relationship with clear outsoles. It's just one of those things where they look beautiful when they're brand new, but it makes me kind of afraid to wear them sometimes, because if you rock these and take a step in, for example, mud or ketchup or something like that, more likely than not it's going to permanently stain it, which sucks considering this is a really expensive shoe. But shoes are meant to be worn, so I'm definitely excited to rock these. I'm just probably gonna wait for better weather, maybe a day where it's not wet outside, but no doubt this is one for the collection. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about this J Balvin Air Jordan 3? What are your overall thoughts on this colorway? And for anyone watching, were you guys able to grab these for retail? Did you take an L and pay resale for these? Or is it just not your thing and you just passed? As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esgo8, check out my X, formerly known as Twitter, at sean.go spelled out, and visit my website at seango.ca. So thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Hopefully I helped you in some way, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.